This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Good morning and welcome back to Farm Factor. In this segment, we continue to analyze the K-State Salina's UAV program. One of the researchers at the facility is working on agriculture research related to crop maintenance and yields with UAS systems.
So basically just having the presence of the aerial photography just gives them a whole different perspective on what is actually going on in their field. Predominantly in the past, what they'll actually do is a person will go out there, a farmer maybe, and actually look at the field from a very flat perspective, you know, and do an analysis of that field just off that placement where he's standing. As where with UAS, we can fly over the field, get a whole big picture of what is going on, and then further, you can turn that around, and in the end, it's better because they can take that data and then use that to better their crops.
The researchers at K-State Salina primarily work with crop research in relation to UAS systems, and livestock research with UAS systems is also being studied.
We're definitely in the growing season. We're kind of towards the latter part of the growing season, but the last several months we've been extremely busy, from wheat right into corn, milo, but cattle is something that we have worked a little bit in the past, primarily dealing with what they're eating out of the bunks. So whether that is healthy stuff in there, whether they're cleaning it out 100%, what is being left over after that point. And then also with cattle, we have done some infrared testing to see if we can identify different heats off of different cows, and then bring those in to see if they have a temperature. If a producer was actually going to use one of these themselves, they would, just like us, I mean, they'd have to build a flight plan. They would have to have the proper camera and everything in there. Once they actually fly, it's pretty much hands off from that point. You know, even if something goes wrong, the aircraft still knows what to do from that point on. And they still have to be on location as the regulations state now. But once it gets back down, they can actually take that data off the card that is in the camera and then post-process it like we talked about before.
Many producers and companies in the state of Kansas have already used or experienced UAS technology in many fields, and using the technology can be a new and exciting task for agriculture operations.
I think it's hard for Kansas producers to probably accept this technology in the very beginning. I grew up on a farm, so I like to compare it to precision agriculture. In the beginning, that's new technology, computers. You know, it was really hard for a lot of farmers to accept that. But once they saw the benefits of that in the end, that really changed the perspective on, you know, how much that can actually save them in the long run.
Now another gardening tip with Annette Jackson.
Fall is a great time to plant trees, shrubs, and perennials. Root development this fall means more growth with less watering next year. For faster root growth, always use Fertilome Root Stimulator. It is the only stimulator which contains IBA rooting hormone. Use Fertilome tree and shrub food after the plant has been planted for a month.
Save 25% now on Jackson's homegrown hardy perennials. Let Jackson's friendly staff help you select the best plants for your landscape.